Hello, Gizbos, and welcome back to another episode of the Drayton Town Career Mode. So we're nearly at the start of the season, but before we just got to wrap up these contracts. So it's nothing major. There's no contract. I think there's no big contracts. It was just literally getting people's bonuses again. Last time, 6 players didn't get a bonus or didn't want a bonus for whatever reason, but this time round, everyone is getting a bonus, which is brilliant for me because it's something for me to aim for. Only the 6 that didn't get it obviously didn't have a chance to do it, and then there was, I think, 7 players that just missed out, and a couple of them only missed out by 1 or 2, so very unfortunate for a few players. Obviously the rest got theirs, so hopefully this season people do get theirs. Did appearances, clean sheets, and also goals as well. So I did share it out. I don't normally like doing this appearances, but because there's no assists on here, which is also really quite bad, that there should be assists on here. Yeah, I've just gone through that. So as you can see, people's contracts just going through. Different types of players get different types of bonuses. Obviously, the higher rated players will obviously get higher bonuses and higher wages. And more paid out of a bonus of 15 clean sheets to £20,000, whereas the lower players that are probably on a lower rating, like Morgan here, only gets 5,000, just because it's sort of done evenly over that period of time on a I guess sort of like a rating basis. So yeah, different players. If they're in orange, I'm sure everyone knows, but if they are in orange, then I didn't get the choice. It's down to their agent who has chosen it, and I have just sort of gone along with it. So yeah, everyone, like I said, getting these bonuses. Really happy that people do get their bonuses. I really want people to get their bonuses. It's kind of where our money goes, really, because we don't have yes, we have a transfer budget, but we don't spend any money. We don't bring any players in. I still need to look of the objectives and everything like that as well to see what they want me to do, which will be interesting as well. So it's all about people's bonuses is where our money goes, really. Any money that we do get in will just go to these bonuses, hence why our wage budget started at £11 million. It's already down to 9.6. So I was offering a lot of people a lot of wages, and then if we do get promoted this year, then obviously it's a higher budget, and then championship football, people's higher wages, and then so on as we go up the leagues. But looking at obviously I'm not going to spoil who's in the league, but looking at the table, and I want to say we can finish top 10. There are a decent amount of teams in here that will do well, and they are really good sides in here. Obviously, 3 coming down from the Championship, which were, I can tell you that, which were Rotherham, Huddersfield, and someone else. I can't actually quite remember, but there's obviously good teams that are coming down, and teams that came up with us in the end were Oxford, who came up via... no, Oxford stayed, didn't it, actually? Sorry. It was Salford, MK Dons, and Wrexham were the teams that come up with us. So, of course, Salford battered us last season. They're up there as well. Wrexham, who gave us a good couple of runs for their money. And I'm pretty sure MK Dons also beat us away as well. So, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be straight as forward as last season. There's obviously better quality in League One, in terms of the football and the standards as well, even though obviously the football pyramid lower down is getting better. So, yeah, it's going to be very anxious to see how we get on. Like I said, top 10 will be amazing. If I have to go up via the playoffs or be in that playoff sort of promotion way, then that's absolutely fine. But we're obviously in the EFL trophy, this Bristol Street Trophy again. Of course, we lost to Derby in it, who we have to play this season. So, yeah, a lot of teams in there as well. FA Cup game, we're still in there. Carabao Cup as well, and obviously the league. So nothing really changes in terms of the trophies that we're in from last season. It's just obviously going up a league, you expect to go that little bit that further. Carabao Cup, we got knocked out the second or third round, I think, by Blackburn on penalties. So it was such a disappointing thing. We got knocked out by West Ham on penalties. So the penalty shootouts, obviously, we might need to work on if we do get to that sort of stage. Derby in the final, we lost probably just because of it was a final and we just sort of panicked maybe. Derby played really well in that final as well. So there's a lot of things to look forward to this season. Players getting better, the ratings getting higher, different sort of formations that I've added in at the end of this video. You will see the formation of what I've decided to go with as well. So looking forward to showing you that. So just coming towards the end of the contracts, you can see how much offering is going between these contractors. Mick, half a visible body there. Great game, EA. But just look at the budget that we've gone from like 11 down to like 6 million now. So we've almost spent £6 million on budgets of wages for players and stuff. So that is where our majority of our money does go. It just higher on like £40,000 nearly for Mikey to score 15 goals, which of course he smashed that last season. So expect him to do that. He's nearly 70 rated as well. So obviously when the wages do get that higher, people that do bonuses, you have to put higher if they completed it last year. Obviously, you've got to set a bar higher with more money. So it all comes across this sort of managerial stuff. So there's a lot going on for us. But Robbie is the last player that we do these bonuses for. So we end up with a budget of just £6 million from 11. So overall, it's not too bad in that sort of sense of the contracts. There is an issue with 2 contracts, but I'm looking to sort that out at the moment. But it doesn't stop anything. There still are players for another 3 years that we've got them as well. So hopefully that will be sorted out either by the end of this window or the end of the season. But I'm not too sure what is going on. I need to do some research into this. I didn't realise about this. So the squad hub, our total wages is just shy of £1,000 for all 25 players in here. Of course, we've got 3 goalkeepers, 8 defenders, 11 midfielders, and 3 forwards. I would actually include Neil and Tyler as a centre forward. I know they're not under that sort of attacking phrase or attacking midfielders, but I'd put them under the forward line as well. So 25 in our squad from start to finish. So that is a big team to obviously keep everyone happy. The home formation, I didn't change it. I like it. We play really well at home. The 2-1-3 up top is really sort of is tight, is compact in that middle. There's a lot of width as well with the fullbacks and that. The only thing that I was thinking was maybe changing the pressure on the heavy touch, but literally nothing changed. Higher depth and stuff like that. So nothing for the home formation changed. Now, the cup formation did change. I was really thinking of where to go with this and what to do and the different formations and combating and playing everyone. Just for the fact that I was thinking of 3-5-2 or do I put 2 in midfield and everything like that. But in the end, I went with a 3-1-4-2 just in the cups, just because obviously want to compact that midfield. So 6-man midfield, really, 3 at the back and then 3 in front of them as well, with the 2 wide wingers and then obviously the 2 up top with Ocean and Robbie that worked so well last season. I'm hoping that continues this season. But my thinking behind it is that we can keep better defensive records in that. I think most of our goals, except for the Salford game, a lot of goals that we did concede in the cup as well, and we were sort of outplayed quite a lot in some cup games. Yes, we did quite well, but it was only a few sheer luck, I guess, that we only got through. The away formation did change, but only slightly. I just tweaked it. We played a wide formation, being very, very wide with the 4-2-3-1, pushing really wide. So the only thing that I changed in this was to have so I'm trying to look at sort of the centre mids and stuff like that, and maybe do what we do at home, but do it away as well. But in the end, I went with this 4-2-1-3. So it's kind of the same as a 4-2-3-1 in a sense, with Neil just as a cam, but it's literally just pushing the wider players up, as in pushing them more wider, but more higher as well, which I think will work quite well. I'm quite happy with that. So, as I said, the home formation doesn't change whatsoever. It's literally all the same. No stats have changed. No, nothing has generally changed about it. So I am happy with that formation. In terms of the away, like I said, only a little bit changed, which is absolutely fine. Not overly bothered about sort of where the wingers are going to be. I don't think that's going to impact us. We play counter-attacking football away from home anyway, so the defence and then the 2 in the middle will have to push the ball up quite far up towards nil. And then in terms of the cup formation, like I said, kind of like a 6-man midfield, maybe 4 at the back. Alfie might drop into that centre-back position as well. So a lot of changes, like I said, in the formation. It might work, it might not work. We'll see how it goes, and just sort of see what happens. And I'll be very interested to see what happens after the sort of the first 5 games. Obviously, cup games you play less, so you can't determine which formation would work better very early on. So a good couple of months, I guess, with a couple of games under the belts. I know in August that you do play quite a lot of cup games to get started, so obviously August is going to be very long. In terms of the pre-season now, kind of going to wrap this up. A lot of teams in there, of course. Obviously, you saw who we're going to play in there as well. There's some big teams in there in terms of Italy, a couple of Serie A teams who have dropped down actually in here as well. A lot of Scottish Premier League as well. So the standard of people that we're playing is getting higher. It gets more difficult. Obviously, our players have got to get used to that and get better. If you want to be better, you obviously have to deal with the pressure that comes under our sort of games and the way that we play as well. We're going to have to get used to that, whether we like it or not. It's just one of them things. In terms of the kit, it's just going to show you one more time what it looks like in the flesh. The home kit is absolutely fantastic. The away kit looks much nicer here than probably what it did on the design. I don't know why that is, but I generally quite like it on this sort of image here. It does look quite nice, whereas you compare it to like the picture, it looks maybe a little bit darker, but in person, I guess, or in like the what do you call it, in the graphic sort of image, it looks lighter than it does actually in a still image. And then the away one, really nice. I do like the pink and the black one as well. I think it's very vibrant. The shorts, the colours go really well. The tick, I really wanted to change that pink Nike tick actually into the light blue as well with the shorts numbers, but that's very smart. I did think about having the pink the other way where the black is and the black where the pink is, and that means you would have black shorts, but it didn't quite work out. So it works out like that. Palmiro's kit's actually very nice as well. So yeah, in terms of our kits, all happy. I do think that this third kit is the best kit that we've got. It was my favourite as well. Obviously, I do like the home ones, but I've never been a home fan anyway. But that being said, the rules of these cup competitions, or the friendlies that I'm going to do, is play each team once, home, away, and cup formations, and then each kit once as well for each of them. So we'll start with the home formation in our blue kit. It is disappointing. We do lose 2-1. Mikey got a late goal. Looked like it could have been an equaliser, but then they went on to win it as well. So I'm not bothered about the pre-season results. It's all about the building the fitness up, seeing how these formations work, and see what happens. The away team then went against Motherwell. Obviously, it's not an away game because it's all in one tournament and stuff like that, like it is at the Euros or something. We lose 1-0, a very, very early goal that it was. So, yeah, very disappointing that we came away with a defeat there. So that's 2 defeats. And then the third kit, played by the away team, another 1-0 defeat. This time it's another late goal. And so it's 3 defeats in the preseason. Like I said, I am generally not bothered about these defeats in the preseason. It's absolutely fine. On paper, it doesn't look great because you're sitting right down the bottom. Teams that we didn't win, other teams won 2, a couple of draws there. Palmiro won it with all 3, so well done to them. But they're a good side anyway. But yeah, like that doesn't bother me being down there. And teams that we can play. League One is always hard. Teams know that. Sunderland took ages to get out. Portsmouth took ages to get out. Derby have taken ages to get out. Teams like Peterborough, Charlton, Bolton, even Blackpool, they've been in there for a long time. So it's what we do in the season that's going to really matter to me, and how the players react as well. So yeah, with pre-season out of the way, it's almost really time for kickoff. As I said, there's a lot of games that are going on in terms of August, so I'll get that out as and when I can. But guys, thank you very much for watching. I do really appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, subscribe as well. Follow this season and see what happens, and see what we can do for our first stint in the Division 1. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Really do appreciate it. I shall speak to you all later.